Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dirt Nerds Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Elliott, and today's topic, the SRX, the Superstar Racing Experience. We'll talk the drivers, we'll talk the tracks, and what we can expect to see from this series in 2021. Stay tuned! So before we get to today's topic, the SRX, Superstar Racing Experience, if you're new, welcome to the channel. Please think about hitting that subscribe button and that notification button as we are uploading content every week, be it talking head videos like this about specific topics in dirt racing or racing overall, or clips and full episodes of our podcast. So today we're going to talk about the Superstar Racing Experience. It was announced last year in 2020, the year from hell, as many of us know it, that Tony Stewart and Ray Evernham and a marketing group came up with an idea, more or less copying what used to be known as the IROC Series, the International Race of Champions Series. So the IROC Series, if you're not familiar, was a series more or less ran by NASCAR. All cars equal, you could put any driver in any car, and no driver would have a specific advantage. Many drivers were NASCAR drivers. Mark Martin, Dale Earnhardt were some notable drivers that were known to be successful in the old IROC series. But you'd see your, open wheel IndyCar type guys. Even Steve Kinzer, Daniel Osowski from the dirt side, had some IROC races under their belt. So Ray Evernham and Tony Stewart came up with an idea, and frankly, trying to fill a void that NASCAR is missing. So we know NASCAR has been getting a lot of traction lately as far as short tracks and super speedways go. Both have lots of carnage, both have lots of drama and tensions flaring between drivers. So the Superstar Racing Experience more or less takes one of those sectors, the short track sector, and says, what if we put a bunch of big name drivers in one series in equal equipment on short tracks on Saturday nights under the lights. So Superstar Racing Experience is more or less trying to fill the void of the demand of short tracks. NASCAR is lacking. We know the cookie cutter tracks you hear, the 1.5 miles, the 2 miles like MIS, 45 minutes from where I live, complete snoozer of a race. The demand has been for more short track type of events. Well, the SRX is jumping in to help fill that void and more or less competing against NASCAR in a couple of ways. Obviously, NASCAR's got the big TV deal and 36 races across the season. The SRX Series is a compact Saturday night under the lights version of a celebrity race, and you know what? A couple dirt races even on there. So the tracks on the SRX Series are listed as such: Stafford Motor Speedway in the Northeast, Knoxville Raceway dirt track, Eldora Speedway dirt track here in Ohio, Lucas Oil Raceway, the old IRP as it's known, Indianapolis Raceway Park down in Indy, Slinger Speedway up in Wisconsin, known for the Slinger Nationals, and Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway down in Nashville. All races happening throughout the months of June and July. 6 weeks, back to back, Saturday nights on CBS, a major TV deal, so always cool there. Now the drivers from the SRX Series, Tony Stewart, obviously being one of the founders, is also going to race. Tony Kanaan of IndyCar fame. Willie T. Ribbs, the first African-American to start in the Indy 500. Paul Tracy, veteran IndyCar driver, not known, not for the least of which he's known for a little drama here and there. Elio Castroneves, 3-time Indy 500 winner. Bobby Labonte, NASCAR Cup champion. Bill Elliott, partially named after him to be honest, NASCAR stardom. Ernie Francis Jr., sports car champion actually, 23 years old, pretty cool. Michael Waltrip was recently announced as a driver, and Marco Andretti, who has stepped away from IndyCar full-time in 2021, is also on the roster. Along with that, there's going to be some ringers, which is one thing we feel at Dirt Nerds is missing. Going to the dirt tracks, could we get a couple dirt drivers in there? I mean, obviously Steve Kinzer's retired. Sammy Swindell's been doing it forever. You think of some of those legendary dirt racing names. It'd be nice to see a couple of those, but with the ringer aspect, which means guys that are going to come in and out when they can, or who they agree to have and host. So who knows, would a Kyle Busch jump in? I believe on social media he said something about, hey, I'd be happy to be a ringer. I feel like the SRX Series is going to be a pretty good hit. Saturday nights, 6 weekends in a row, so it's not a long drawn out schedule. It's on all short tracks, which is, like we said, NASCAR desperately needs. The cars, we'll see, more or less a glorified NASCAR with a fancy wing on the back, but you know, you gotta try something to start. I don't think on the dirt tracks will be particularly exciting, just by looking at how the trucks race at Eldora the last handful of years. Not that those races weren't that exciting, but obviously it's very easy to tell when cars are meant for dirt versus not meant for dirt. I also think if the dirt tracks are as slick as they probably will need to be, keeping windshields on cars and stuff like that, you can't get a bunch of mud buildup. So they will have to try to keep them slick so they don't get super muddy. But we'll see going forward. It's something, it's an attempt. You got the two biggest dirt tracks in the country hosting, which is awesome. So for 2021, SRX's inaugural year, we'll have to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like they're in a good place. They're filling a void that's being missed by NASCAR. There's some dirt, all on short tracks. Saturday night, big TV network. It's a perfect formula for a successful series and successful events to happen, especially in the middle of summer, where, let's face it, there's not a whole lot of interesting sports going on. Yes, Major League Baseball is kind of a competitor, but Major League Baseball has recently been known to be a more regional type of sport and event, not so much a national event. There's a lot of opportunity to be successful going for 2021. I'm personally looking forward to going to the race down at Eldora, depending on the situation with fans and attendance and all that stuff. The USAC Silver Crown Series is partnering with them for that event, so sounds like we'll get a couple good events. You know, the other thing with the SRX is it is a made-for-TV type of series. It's a timed race, I believe 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that. A timed event due to TV restrictions. You got a big cable deal, you want to be able to fit in a time slot. We've all seen NASCAR races can go 3, 4, or 5 hours. Sometimes our dirt races locally, you're there from 3 in the afternoon till 2 in the morning, depending on where area in the country you're watching, how many classes, all that stuff. I like the driver lineup. Some of those names: Elliott Nevis, Paul Tracy, Bill Elliott, obviously Elliott, Bill Elliott, can't go wrong there, right? Tony Stewart, we all know he's a racer. He's been racing sprint cars for the last handful of years since he's retired. Why not throw something else? So I'm interested to see the ringer thing. We'll see what that yields over time here as we get closer to the racing season. But SRX for 2021, I think is going to be good. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think of the SRX series. Is it a gimmick? Is it good? Do you think it's stupid? Whatever. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Till then, we'll see you guys later. Another video, another time. Stay dirty. Listen to the podcast if you don't already. Peace.